What's up, guys? So in this video I'm going to show you how to properly take a site in a matchmaking game or a pug. So the difference between a matchmaking game and say like a scrim game or like a team environment is that in a scrim game there's a lot more structure and organized positions and a lot more practice has gone into it. So maybe you'll have a dedicated first person out who's like the entry frag, second person, third person out. Maybe he's the dedicated bomb guy or something. You got a support player who's throwing flashes at very precise times and whatnot. And it's all been practiced many times. Whereas matchmaking or a pug game is much more like you've never played with these players before, so it's a lot more chance, and you really don't know how they're going to behave until you're playing with them. Um, so The two biggest things to do this properly is to have as good as communication as you can have, and to kind of learn where you should fill in and like watch what's not being watched. Um, so for communication, that's very simple, but it goes a long way. Just kind of communicate with your team, tell them when you're going to be executing, and say determine if like maybe you're setting a player to lurk mid or something. Determine call out when you're flashing, how many flashes you're going to throw, whatnot. It's very simple, but it will go a long way in just being coordinated with a team like that. Um, the other part is filling in and figuring out what's not being covered and what you should be covering. So, so let's say you're the first guy in for a B take here, and this is smoked off, and you're clearing all these angles, and you're pushing up the grill. Let's say you get a kill on a guy there. You got two teammates behind you here. Your teammates, they're going to be running up this way and looking at oranges and new bucks. Um, so if they're running up that way, and you're here at grill, and you've seen this all clear, you know there's probably one more player at B. Uh, if they're going to be watching the oranges like that, um, the guy could either be at new box, emo, or construction. Um, so if they're pushing up this way, up to new box, and you see that, you're gonna want to. What I would do is look at construction here because it's not being covered. Hold construction real quick if you don't think they're there. Push up a bit. Try and get some more map control because what you want to do with entry fragging like that is get as much map control as you can and kind of cut them off before they can rotate. Or say if you're really aggressive, you can get up here, catch them as they're flashing over CT. 'Cause they're not always going to be looking here right away, or just like kind of jiggle peek this for information. The reason I say you want to look here, I mean it's kind of obvious, but if no one's looking there, then you're going to want to have that covered. So say you got two teammates running up this way, they're all looking at oranges. Some people will just get like tunnel vision and they see their teammates running this way, so they're going to be looking this way with them, clearing oranges, and say like one guy starts getting shot up from second oranges or new box peeks out. And you got three guys here all clumping up on each other. And then maybe the construction guy who's not covered peeks out, gets a kill. You're not gonna win the round. You're gonna get a shutdown. Um, so when you're doing a take, you want to kind of see where your teammates are. I do this by looking at the radar periodically. I keep flashing my eyes between the crosshair if I'm checking a spot, and then I'll do a quick crouch, check my radar at the same time, and just keep practicing this, and you'll get better at it, like when to look at the radar properly. Um, so yeah, if you see two guys running up this way and you see they're aiming at oranges in your box, you have a good idea that if this guy's emo or he's new box, these two guys, your two teammates here, can trade him down. So you're gonna want to cover this while they're clearing that way. Um, Yeah, and if it does happen that the guy's over here, the CT, you can just flick over because you know there's most likely not going to be another CT here yet. Um, so yeah, you want to fill in what's not being covered, and that's essential for any matchmaking or pug game because yeah, you could be like a star at taking new box here, but if everyone's looking at new box, then you're just gonna get cut down from here. And the best way to succeed in matchmaking is to fill in. Another example is, say you're doing a B hit and you got the first guy out here. Say maybe he sits here when you're taking it. So the smokes are being thrown over, the flashes, whatnot. And the first guy, he doesn't really push out. He just kind of holds here and waits for them to peek, which is fine. But the second guy sees this and he's like, okay, we're not going to be pushing out yet. We're waiting for some reason. What this means is your team is most likely full of wusses, and you're gonna have to man up and take the site. Um, so if they're stuck in this choke point here, you're given every second counts where the CTs are rotating over, and every second makes it less likely that the take will succeed. So if you see your team getting stuck here, say you're the third person, you see the teammate there, the teammate there just getting stuck, they're not really pushing up when you as a team communicated that you're going to be taking a B site right now. Um, this smoke's already gone down. If you see this, you're probably going to have to just man up and do the entry fragging for them because if you get stuck here, you're going to get shut down or you're going to get pinched from behind, you know? So you may not get all the kills, but you're going to have to start peeking these angles, run out here, and if you see them, you maybe get a kill, maybe you don't, but you want to get the information to them. And if you see them getting stuck here, I'll usually just shout at them and tell them to push up. So yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to take charge in that, and it sucks because you know maybe you don't like being an entry fragger, but it's good practice, and you know you have a better chance of winning rather than everyone just getting caught here every time. And I see this just being detrimental in games, like will tilt everyone, and they'll never be able to recover from it. So try that out and see if you start winning matchmaking more or getting out of that situation. Um, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think.